I'm going to show you mental gymnastics, okay? And I'm going to show you hypocrisy the best way that I can. But I'm going to use two men to show it to you. They start off by talking about how heinous of an act it was. The terrorist attack that took place in 2001. 9/11. And they also spoke with vigor and consistency in how that we need to actually oppose and hunt down anybody that does us wrong. All our enemies that attack us. Then the so-called black man brings up the first airplane terrorist attack that took place on this soil right here, and immediately the white man practices the art of deflection. Immediately he tries to flip the script and ignore. But he wants us to remember that. But he wants to ignore true history that took place in this country, as if we shouldn't protect ourselves and guard ourselves with people with this kind of mindset. My question of the hour and the day is this: why is there some history that is convenient to talk about, and there's other history that's not convenient to talk about? And why is there some truth that is convenient to talk about, then there's other truths that are not convenient to talk about? And why are there so-called comfortable subjects, and then there's uncomfortable subjects? And what is this fear that causes us to behave in a bizarre behavior whenever we bring up things that are not right? I'll give an example. There's this lady the other day. She took in a homeless man out of benevolence of her heart. Homeless black guy, so-called black man. Moved her into the home. Moved him into the home. She has two twin 14-year-old daughters, and I think one that's maybe 12 or 13. What's sad about this whole thing is that not only, if my memory serves me correct, not only did he get the mother pregnant who moved him in, but he got pregnant the two 14-year-old twins and the 13 or the 12-year-old daughter as well. He got 4 women pregnant, homeless, and he got a pot to crap in and a window to throw it out of and a yard to receive it. First of all, why are you women so damn stupid? And then number two, they should matter of fact, I wish that our Hebrew laws were enacted in play. I really truly do. Because myself personally, I would love to string his butt up. I would. And beat him within an inch of his life. That's what I like to do. Fillet his butt. That's what I like to do. But it's a good thing that my laws is not the law of the land. And most of you should be happy for that. That's my judgment for him. Now, why is it that when I turn around here and don't play a double standard? Don't care which way history is. See, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going straight down the line with it. But why is it that when I speak about the atrocities that the white man has done in this country right here, all of a sudden people start flying off the proverbial damn handle and stuff, and the people that were actually racist against my people, they want to try to use reverse psychology and play the race card. You see, the hypocrisy is real. And you're going to see it in this right here. It's a shame. It's a damn shame is what it is. It's sad. I want to know what that spirit is, that we want to remember some things and forget the other. We want to forget about the transatlantic slave trade. It's in the past. Forget about it. Forget about slavery. But remember the Holocaust. Remember 9/11. But forget about Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. What is that? I know this. I went to a high school that maybe had 20 blacks in the whole school. I never heard of any black history whatsoever, not one iota of it. At all, period. But I do know this. Man, I surely have spent my years in educating myself and not allowing people to tell me what to believe, but doing my own independent research and coming to the truth myself. And guess what? That truth is ugly and it's painful. What is disturbing, though, is that you got to watch these kind of people that get offended whenever you bring up the truth of history simply because it pertains to their people's skin color. I mean, you better watch it. You better watch them close. You better watch them close. You better not trust them. You better not trust them at all. Because if they would do that and get so upset about facts and truth, and they will not condemn it, but turn around and deflect and practice the art of deflection and make up some crap, and then try to flip the script and make you feel bad for bringing it up, oh man, know them that labor among you. And let me tell y'all something. You better start learning how to deal with them wisely the same way they have dealt with us. And that's the truth, and that's the true straight way. Wait till I get my money right.
13th anniversary of the worst attack on American soil. September 11th, 2001. We must remember that date. We must always remember that date. We must never put it behind us. We must never say, well, it's in the past, let's move on. We can never move on. The other thing that we must remember is that we're not any safer today, maybe less safe than we were on that day. And part of the reason is because this administration has eviscerated our military. We've not gone after our enemies, and our southern border is wide open.
Matt, what happened in 9/11 was a crime against humanity, and America should always remember that and work diligently to make sure that that never happens again. But no government can keep its population totally 100% safe. So we must do our due diligence to send a message to those terrorists that if you're successful in striking America, we will hunt you down like the criminals you are, and you will pay the consequences. But also, I think that we should do a better job in this country of educating the American public. The first time that airplanes were used to kill hundreds and potentially thousands of people in this country was not September the 11th. It was in the 1930s in Tulsa, Oklahoma, when on a Sunday afternoon, white people who were jealous of the prosperity of an entire black community as well got in airplanes and bombed their
less than a minute
and killed hundreds. And some studies say up to 4,000 African Americans were murdered in Tulsa, Oklahoma using airplanes.
What has that got to do with 9/11? What has that got to do with what the hell we're talking about?
Because you said, how do we remember? And what I want you to understand is we should remember 9/11 the same way we remember Tulsa, Oklahoma, and what happened with that terrorist act against black people.
Let me explain something to you, Quanell. These people in the Middle East, like ISIS, they want to kill you. They want to kill me. They want to kill your kids. They want to kill everybody. So instead of making this a racist argument, let's talk about Americans. We're all Americans, right?
And Matt,
so let's protect
the hundreds, potentially thousands that were murdered in Tulsa, Oklahoma were Americans being murdered and slaughtered by terrorists who were Americans also. So don't tell me that when white people are slaughtered in New York, and yes, they were, and black people died too.
What are you talking about?
All races died in New York.
There were Catholics, there were Muslims, there were Jews, there were Asians, whites and blacks.
Yes,
all
a
kinds
crime
of people
against
killed.
humanity. But remember, the first time it happened was when you did it to black people in Oklahoma using airplanes. Chickens come home to roost whether you like it or not.
Wow, man. You know what? The reason why this country is in such dire shape is
bottom
because
line
people
is,
like you
educate
have
the
lost
American
focus
public
on what made this country great.
America, they didn't make this country great. Everybody in this country made America great, but pay all of its citizens the correct homage and treat all of us equal. The first terrorists were not them from Arabs. It was right here in America.
I love the game. I love the hustle. I love the game. I love the hustle.